Because they are brimming with love and knowledge, I am writing these words to you, my darling, because they are full with both. Every action that you perform is recognized, and every yearning that takes place in your heart is heard. The next step of your trip is about to take place. Take a courageous attitude to life, allowing joy to be your constant companion, and keep in mind that your smile has the ability to make the world around you more optimistic. You are being guided by hands that are not apparent. You have the capacity to triumph over any challenge. This strength was placed there for a specific reason, and the challenges you face will ultimately serve a greater purpose. These are seeds that, throughout the course of time, are supposed to germinate and grow into future successes. There will be divine love all around you, which will make your pleasures more abundant and lessen the pains you are experiencing. Life in and of itself is an invaluable gift. The challenges that you face will eventually become powerful testimony of grace and endurance. Take pleasure in each and every moment, each and every breath, and welcome each morning without fear, knowing that a more powerful force is keeping a watchful eye on you, your faith, and your capacity to triumph over every obstacle that we come across. Each new day brings with it a message that is tailored just to you, one that is brimming with positivity and encouragement. Maintain your connection to the source, and you will find that daily expressions of love are flowing your way. Take pleasure in the fact that you are able to transform your challenges into positive stories of resilience. With regard to the riches that have been bestowed upon you, including life itself, immeasurable mercy, forgiveness, and the promise of redemption, with regard to the possibility of everlasting existence, and with regard to your status as a valued child, I pray that you would let your heart to be filled with peace, and that your spirit will find joy in all the goodness that is all around you. Whenever you find yourself experiencing uncertainty, it is important to keep in mind the commitments that you have made to yourself. You are going to hear crying, tears will be wiped away, and laughter will take their place. Love will envelop you, blessings will be plentiful, and a future that is brimming with hope is waiting for you to take advantage of them. Carry on with the knowledge that the soft flow of spirit in your life, the people around you, and love itself are all sources of genuine love. True love is all around you. The very core of what it is to be is love that is unadulterated. A thread of grace runs through your life. You are destined for grandeur. You originate from a place of strength. Your concerns and goals are all acknowledged, and you lift your gaze. Creation. You are made for greatness. Every breath you take is infused with the presence of the divine, and the sheer fact that you are alive carries an immense amount of significance. Faith is the star that you follow as you make your way through life. To the heavens for guidance and blessings of the future, recognize and accept this fact, and you will find the peace that comes from doing so later. Imagine a gorgeous castle that is built on bedrock. The structure would fall apart if it were not for the foundation that it is built on. Your foundation is built on your faith. Since you have a spiritual existence, you are able to endure any storm that may come your way. This trust is necessary for your growth, since it lays the groundwork for an ability to overcome any challenges that may come your way. Even when the storm is at its worst, you should still believe that. Your life will be more stable as a result of your trust, just as a seed that is planted in healthy soil grows into a robust tree. Everything works toward your ultimate benefit. It is not possible to know the whole picture. When you are navigating this life, it is important to remain steadfast in your convictions, because they serve as your rock, your guide, and your calm amid the storm. Faith should serve as your anchor, and divine love will give you with a safe harbor. Having faith permits you to successfully navigate both turbulent and calm seas while following the direction of heaven. When you actively seek for faith, it manifests itself via your actions. Just for a moment, picture your life as a ship setting sail on vast oceans. When you have faith, you are anchored to a life that is lived to the fullest and is deeply treasured. the ability to follow spiritual principles even when they are difficult, the ability to forgive, the ability to demonstrate compassion, the ability to defend ideals, and the ability to put faith into these things are all examples of spiritual practices. In order to have genuine faith, one must be willing to sacrifice their own personal goals in order to sacrifice for a greater purpose. In addition to this, it is necessary to start each day by looking for guidance and to make choices that are in accordance with higher ideals. Faith shines light into the deepest darkness, and as it gets deeper, you will watch your life alter, blessings flowing freely, and giving up control reveals strength rather than weakness. Although the world is attempting to tell you otherwise, faith shines light into the darkest darkness. It is a show of weakness to let go of your grasp on results, let go of fear and dread. And if birds trust the wind, then obviously you can trust in greater direction. The act of surrendering acknowledges a wisdom that is beyond your own, and it is a sign of weakness to let go of your hold on outcomes. Finding actual freedom and calm may be accomplished by letting go of the need to exert control over every facet of your life, letting go of your fears and anxieties, and adopting a plan that is far more vast than the one you have created for yourself. You cease making an effort to assert control over your life. Heavenly intervention changes your existence, and you experience a peace that is beyond your ability to comprehend. Just picture a river that flows naturally to the ocean, in accordance with the will of heaven, and you will find that you are readily moved. Joy is derived from harmony with the divine plan, believing that a higher force knows what is best, and opening yourself up to guidance in your day-to-day existence. You are progressing in the path of your true destiny. If you want to experience unfathomable delight, embrace the broader plan, and become aware of the truth, you should make the decision to pray for direction. Then pay close attention to what you hear, and then align your actions with the teachings of spirituality. Every day, my friend, there is a message that illuminates your path and provides you solace. You should pay attention to these words of love and guidance, since they will improve and strengthen you. Consider the image of a lighthouse that is still and unmoving in the middle of the night. The thundering waves, the beam that penetrates darkness to bring ships safely home, the spiritual teachings that light your way through the storms of life, and the holy words that help you get through the tough times. You could find calm in information that has stood the test of time, which will not only illuminate your journey, but also serve as a reminder that reality extends far beyond what the eyes are able to see. Become familiar with holy literature and allow it to guide you on your path. When you are going through challenging times, let words of encouragement to become your safe haven and the picture of strength that you always have in your mind. For the purpose of gaining knowledge and gaining certainty about your future, your trip ought to rely on spiritual principles. Divine promises, which are thoroughly understood and accepted, bring a similar degree of comfort, calming, and reassurance, so supporting you in feeling secure and protected. A tranquility that is beyond understanding is waiting for people who have this treasured knowledge, this presence that surrounds you, and these promises that will stay true for all eternity. Rest in this knowing when you are frightened or afraid, since it is waiting for those who have this awareness. The ability to acquire the power and confidence to believe in spiritual truth is something that may be discovered when one has faith. Just picture a tree that has roots that extend quite far. Your faith is what enables you to weather the storms that are the most challenging in your life. Your ability to persist through the challenges that come your way is a test of character. Do you find that your religion provides you with the fortitude to overcome any challenge that helps you become stronger? One's faith serves as both a foundation and a source of uncertainty. Divine support to stand tall like a tree in the wind, such is the peace of entire faith. It brings quiet beyond human understanding. Do you want for this tranquility? May these words soothe and guide you towards this tranquility. Your life has immense value. Do you want this tranquility for yourself I would want to use this opportunity to tell you, my most cherished child, that my love is always around you. Rather than being empty promises, these words are vessels that are filled with my unwavering devotion for you. I pray that each day is filled to the brim with love, hope, and faith beyond measure. These are words of kindness that should be heard by someone who is close to you. If you both are willing to completely expose your souls to me, the healing process will begin now. Talk to me about these commitments on a frequent basis, and pay attention to what I have to say while you are keeping these commitments. Please keep in mind that my love for you is unending whenever you find yourself crying because someone has insulted you. Always keep in mind that I have been there for you whenever you find yourself crying because you feel abandoned. Always keep in mind that I have been there for you whenever you find yourself crying because someone has humiliated you. Over the course of a very long period, I have been persistently knocking on the door of your heart. I invite you to come to me here, in my sight. You are perfectly at home in this environment. This is the place where you will be loved, where you will discover what it is that makes you really valuable, and where you will never have to worry about anything else. Beg for love or friendship. I will make your life beautiful for all time. I know that you have longed to be loved for such a long time. During moments of intense loneliness, other people may have pledged to love you. Maybe you sacrificed your heart and soul just to be left alone. I will make your life beautiful for all time. Your life will be transformed into something wonderful that will last for all of eternity. In spite of the fact that I have been rewarded with contempt, ridicule, and treachery, I continue to stay here, unchanging and maintaining my consistency. I responded to you with a kind and heartfelt response. My image and resemblance contributed to the formation of you. Since I was the one who brought you into existence, it was I who was responsible for instilling in you a desire to be loved. You may have been misled by those who told you that I would never accept you as you are. You may have been turned away, and you may have lost the opportunity to experience. My embrace fear may have caused you to miss out on the chance to experience my embrace. I have been waiting for you, and I have placed signs of my love along your path. Your tears have brought your pain to me, and I hear you take heart. I want you to come back to me. The further you moved away from me, the more difficult it became to come back to me. Yet, your tears have brought your grief to me. When you smile, your beautiful faith will shine brightly on your face. Your sorrow will be transformed into happiness, and my love and compassion will embrace you even when others refuse to do so. I want you to smile because it will turn your misery into pleasure. People are going to be astonished when they see you because they have never seen a transformation of this magnitude before. Those individuals who have forgotten you will return with their heads lowered in contrition for the actions that they have committed in the past. Allow them to meet them with a sense of modesty. I am erasing the dreadful memories that you have stored in your memory. If you really believe that everything is possible, you are about to go on a journey that will begin with a life filled with hope. The past should be left in the past, and you should not dwell on words that have brought you pain in the past. Today, everything that is around you will be altered, including your thoughts, your words, your spirit, your relationships, and everything else that is going to be altered as a result of me. You should have trust and a positive attitude. In addition to providing you with the information necessary to protect this healed heart, I have also established a specific environment in which you may experience love once again. Through the interactions you have with the individuals that share your house, I am reestablishing a delicate and tender condition in your heart. Your heart has been repaired, and I am giving you the knowledge to protect it. You should effortlessly give your heart away to anybody who only smiles at you. In light of all that you have been through, I do not want for you to suffer any more damage. Feel your heart right now. It is as innocent as the heart of a kid. Give in to the urge to damage oneself. If there is anything that is blocking you from accepting my love without any reluctance or thoughts of guilt, now is the time to let go of it. This will allow you to receive my love without any hesitation or emotions of guilt. In order for you to genuinely live and make the most of the opportunities that are waiting for you, you need to be free now. I want to urge you to accept the challenges that are in store for you, because you will be a live proof of the strength that I possess. It is through you that others will be able to witness what I am capable of doing in a life that is surrendered to me in trust, honesty, and simplicity. Because of this, your heart will be brimming with love that will shine brilliantly for all eternity, so bringing in a new existence that is full of blessings and light. Have trust that the difficulties you are experiencing will eventually be resolved. A cloud of grief that has been covering your thoughts today will soon be lifted, and it will never again be replaced by hope. This cloud of sorrow will be erased shortly. I send these words to you every day so that your heart may be filled with joy and satisfaction. I want you to have a source of pleasure and enjoyment that will come from inside you. You should have confidence in my power to do miracles. You should stay steadfast in your faith. You are never abandoned. My love watches over you day and night. It is possible for you to have complete faith that there is a God in heaven who loves you, who protects you from any danger, who looks at you with kindness, and who takes care of you with great concern. Therefore, it is important to speak these words out with self-assurance, to remember them, and to think about them. My love for you is boundless, and I want you to demonstrate your trust right now, even when it is difficult, when you are going through anything. I want you to believe with complete conviction that it is because my love for you is boundless. It is important that you confront your worries and challenges while keeping in mind the tremendous love that I have for you. Please consider the faith that I have in you. Please come to me with your requests, and I will gladly fulfill them for you. I will provide for you, so always have an open mind. I am always going to be there for you, and my presence in your life is something that is constant. You should pay attention to what I have to say, and you should feel comfortable sharing your ideas, aspirations, aims, and goals with me. Together, we will walk this path step by step. When you are in need, you should always call on me, and I will listen to what you have to say. When the noise of the world becomes too much for you to bear, seek my presence, and I will calm your spirit. Because I am unmovable, I am always close by. It is important for you to understand that I am nearby, that I see the beauty that you possess, and that my love for you is incomprehensible. As a result, I want for you to be blessed with all the good things that life has to offer you during the course of this day. I will make heaven and earth move in order to make your life secure and peaceful, to make difficult paths simpler to navigate, and to fill your heart with the divine courage that you deserve. I promise to soothe you, love you, forgive you, and understand you. Both heaven and earth shall be moved by me. Will have no fear. You will wake up every morning feeling rejuvenated and energized. You will continue to climb that mountain, and nothing that life throws at you will be too tough for you to endure. Due to this reason, I highly urge you to take some kind of action. If you have the strength to nourish your soul with my words and spark the flame of that heavenly ability that I gave you, you will be very blessed, and you will become a blessing to others. If you have the courage to do so, you will be blessed. It is the realm of the Spirit that I send you into, and your adversaries will become aware of it and retreat from the situation. When they see the holy angels encircling you and protecting you, they will come to the realization that no force of evil will have the courage to do you harm. This day, pay attention to my voice. Tomorrow, pay attention once again. Let the words I say to become etched in your heart. Allow the words I speak to give your spirit strength. In the evening, as you go to sleep, pay attention to my voice once more. Allow the words I speak to strengthen your spirit. my words will make their way into your heart, and your dreams will be filled with the wonderful plans and astonishing marvels that I have in store for you. I will cause my words to permeate your innermost being. Resurrection of your spirit and healing of your scars are both things that I will bring about. I will move you to get up and stroll about for a long time. I will bring to your attention the wonderful individuals you will meet who will be there for you, and you will be endowed with divine knowledge. I will also bring to your attention what to expect. Take courage and go on with confidence, for a great future is waiting for you, and it will be packed with a multitude of advantages. Your objectives are being supported, and many doors are opening. You should not pass up any possibilities. Make use of this force to start something new. Nurture your spirit, and learn as much as you possibly can. The people will be judged by my arms. My righteousness is near at hand. My salvation has been extinguished, and I will set my judgment as a light for all people. I will set my judgment as a light for all people, and I will make a law that will come from me. Listen to me. Pay attention, my people. As you wait for me, draw power from me, and look up to the heavens and down at the land under the sky. You will find some strength. Everyone who lives on earth will be annihilated, and the skies will vanish like smoke. The world will wear out like a garment, and the heavens will evaporate like smoke. The manner in which I will pass away will remain the same. Nevertheless, my salvation will endure for all eternity, and my righteousness will not be obliterated. Pay attention to what I have to say, you who are well-versed in fairness and who are under my authority. The moth will consume them like a garment, and the worm will consume them like wool, but my righteousness will endure for all eternity, and my deliverance from harm will come forever. Therefore, do not be afraid of the rebuke of others, nor should you be intimidated by the insults that they have to offer. My righteousness will endure for all eternity. Shine from one generation to the next, because your light has come, and my glory has risen upon you. Even if gloom may cover the world, and deep darkness may encompass the people that I have made. Shine because your light has arrived. In addition, my splendor will be visible on you. Lift your eyes and look about you. At that moment, you will seem to be radiant, and your heart will beat and swell. Come upon you, and my glory will be seen on you. Will come upon you. You will achieve incredible heights as a result of your joy. Nevertheless, while you are attaining these heights, you must not forget where you came from. The most essential thing in this situation is faith. You should not pay attention to people who are trying to discourage you, people who look for excuses not to pay attention to what I have to say, people who do not have faith in me, people who do not follow the path of those who claim to be your friends but are really your enemies, people who do not want you to be happy, and those who do not want you to be successful are the people I am referring to. Will make every effort to keep you from coming to me when you are experiencing difficulties, seeking my guidance when you are feeling fatigued, and having a talk with me when you are in need of direction or when you are unsure of what to do. When you phone me in the morning, please keep in mind that I am here to show you love and to listen to what you have to say. When you find your way to me, I shall bestow upon you the qualities of serenity, calm, strength, and knowledge. It is in you that I shall find joy and contentment. You will feel my love pouring straight into you today if someone makes an effort to disturb the tranquility that you have achieved. I will provide you tranquility, power, and knowledge. I will give you serenity. My heart will come and embrace you if you are experiencing emotions of grief whenever you are experiencing them. The gloom that you have been experiencing will be eliminated, and pleasure will take its place. There will be a lot of curiosity among others about the beginning of your bliss. You will be able to keep your integrity. Your enemies will flee from you. They will realize that their schemes to destroy you have been fruitless. There will be no more broken promises, and you will be able to preserve your happiness. At times, you can have the impression that your efforts are not enough, and that your earnings are not enough to meet the needs of your family. However, I want you to know that I am here to tell you that I am here to make sure that you fulfill your responsibilities and have room in your life for other people. You are my flock, your shepherd, and it is my responsibility to protect you, to care for you, and to make sure that you have all that you need. But it is your responsibility to carry out the responsibilities that have been assigned to you. I ask that you keep a low profile and give my words the opportunity to reach your very center. Do your best to learn and work diligently. At all times, always be fearless. Always be polite in what you say about other people. Always treat everyone with decency, and always be bold. Remember to be kind and mild-mannered, refrain from making complaints, and take into mind the following proverbs. I am directing you with great care to the plenty that I have prepared for you, and every time you look into your eyes, you will feel an overwhelming sense of love. As a result, your heart will be flooded with delight, and I will engulf you in love and cure all of your hurts and sorrows. Since you will be showered with riches as you heal your deepest pains, the question is whether or not you are prepared to receive this news. It is time for you to have your moment of triumph and your season of breakthrough. Call on me, for I am here to assist you. Listen to my words and put them into practice. I have some fantastic news to share with you. You are someone who deserves to be fulfilled. I pray that God be with you. I want you to be brave and honorable so that you may help others. I want you to be able to uplift others. You, in contrast to those who have spoken against you, I want to pour an abundance of my blessings onto you like rain. I want to be your source of fresh living water. I pray that you will let this new word to penetrate your heart and soul. I hope that you will allow it to reach you. In the event that the Spirit bestows onto you a new life, my strength will be there to supply you with support and lift you up. You may count on me to be your safe haven and the one who watches out for you in the event that you find yourself in a challenging circumstance. What I am looking for is not your life savings or the contributions that you have made to the maximum extent. Having the absolute best of the very best is not something I need. It is with folks that have their hearts in it that I am. When it comes to those who are honest and whose decisions are not swayed by bribery, I am committed and kind, and my compassion will always be put in your place. You are always being blessed, protected, and educated by me, and my presence in your life is unending. Have trust in me. I am inviting you to do so. Since the beginning of time, my covenant will never be broken. I am your creator, your guardian, and your protector. Therefore, everything is okay, my little child. I am your protector. I am the abundant gift that you have. I am your king, and all you need to do to get your wounds healed is to call on me. I will have compassion for you. That serves as my unwavering support. When you reach out to me with trust, I will envelop you in my love and soothe you with my broken soul. I will do this until you reach out to me. Any and all of the things that you really need will be included inside your heart, without any reservations. Be yours. I want your spirit to flourish, and I want you to develop in your love for me every day. I also want you to know that I do not want you to have feelings of isolation whenever you are with me. Instead of dwelling on the mistakes you have made in the past, you should concentrate on the fact that I have forgiven you for all of your offenses. Now you are free to go. Emancipated from the weight of guilt attributable to the fact that you have found salvation in me, look at the cross, and behold, you are meant for exceptional things, and your days are intended to be spectacular as well. Pay attention to my voice and become near to me. Spend some time with me on a daily basis. Your future is one that I have prepared for you, and I want you to think that it is one that is filled with success, abundance, and happiness. You should not let this chance go through your fingers. In spite of the fact that you have failed in the past or are now dealing with a set of circumstances, you should never give the impression that you are too old or too far away from your destiny. If you were to shift your perspective and perceive yourself in the same way that I do, you would be well on your way to doing amazing things, living by the conviction that I chose you. So let your ambitions to take flight and motivate yourself to accomplish each one of them. Pushing on with boldness, resilience, and unwavering faith, I am aware that your burdens have been difficult, but I urge you to keep going. I am also aware that you have been resilient. Keep moving forward with the power that you have, and I will add my own strength to the power that you already possess. You have arrived in a place that is reserved only for those who exude bravery. They once sought to convince you that failure was inevitable. They came perilously near to doing so. Those who have given up have been gone for good. They have been gone forever. The flame of courage and love that I ignited inside you has been extinguished. But I have raised my voice to you and said, "Let me." I have allowed myself to be released. It is my hope that you will serve as a channel through which my love and faith might flow. You are my child, and you are brave. Despite the fact that other people are clinging to their failures and sorrows, you are moving on with your life. I am not afraid, my love. It is the spirit that is adorned with the flag of triumph. Go with forward momentum and do not look back. Despite the fact that you have elected me to be your king, you have been exposed to my teachings, and despite the fact that I may have a desire to undermine your accomplishments, I have not decided to do so. You have accepted me as a resident inside you, and you have placed yourself within me. I have provided you with all you need to be successful. You have been pleading with me to be your guiding light on this trip. The heavenly benefits and graces that I have bestowed upon you, and I will make them known to you on each and every day of your long life. Your energy will be cleansed each morning when I rise and cleanse it. With each fresh dawn, my compassion will shine over you, and you need to cherish these mercies that I have bestowed upon you. I extend to you an invitation to completely submerge yourself in the pristine waters of my faculty. If you do not love them, if you do not welcome them, and if you choose to proclaim them, you will have a terrible time communicating with them. Nevertheless, you must always hold them in high regard inside your heart. When you give yourself permission to become vulnerable, you expose yourself to the possibility of being overpowered by thoughts of pessimism and discouragement, which might cause your strength to be diminished. Your vision will grow cloudy, your spiritual discernment will become dull, and you will be tempted to despise my word, which is the source of your life. But do not cling to it in your own power, but I am able to keep my own power by avoiding the path of the proud, who forget their Creator and their ultimate return to me. This allows me to keep my own power. Considering that you were created for success and to fulfill your divine purpose, I am bestowing upon you the gift of continuing on the path that you have chosen, onto you in such a manner that no one else in the whole world can take it away from you other than yourself. Please give what I have to say a great deal of attention from now on. During your whole life, you will never have to go through anything. My love for you is pure and complete. There is nothing that could ever put a damper on it. I love you in a way that is unending and complete. I pledge myself to you right now and right now, but what will you provide me in return? I commit myself to you all the way through forever. In return, I would want to have your entire attention, as well as your dedication to working with me and getting to know me better. You may show me love by being nice to the people around you, and despite the fact that you are not perfect, I will still love you. You will be led in ways that will be beneficial to you and cause you to be a blessing to others. I will lift your spirit and guide you in these ways. Through you, I shall accomplish this. When it comes to other people, if you are honest and ask for something, it will be provided to you, and you will definitely have enough of it. The miracle that you have been anticipating is about to take place. Throw open the doors of your heart and allow pleasure to enter your life immediately. I am going to make your dreams come true. even if you have gone through the darkest night of your life, when all of your senses have been made worthless. I will succeed in making your dreams come true. Throughout the whole process, the only thing that remained consistent with my unchanging plan for you was your spirit. It is imperative that you never forget that you were not designed to fail, but rather to achieve success. Inquire of me with all of your heart. Continue to delve further into the nature of our relationship. My love for you is so pure and profound that it cannot be compared to any other love on earth. There are very few love that can compare to it. Despite the fact that many individuals would prefer stay in a condition of disbelief in order to feel alone and alone, they want to thoroughly grasp this love. Despite the fact that I am extending my hug and my heart is open to you, I am trying to convince other individuals that they should be isolated and that I should maintain my distance. You are fighting, dreaming, and mourning through your heart, and you have the best of intentions for your family while you are going through this. Are pure, and I bless each and every one of your objectives. Do not let your debt cause you to feel burdened. I do not interfere with your aims. I have no intention of burdening you with my benefits, which are freely available and are meant to be shared rather than hoarded. Thank you for your understanding. Permit the flow of blessings to flow freely. I want to encourage each and every one of you, from you to others, from those who help you to those who help me, from those who encourage you to those who bring you delight. Given that I am your provider, I will celebrate with you and give you what you have already received. I will do this because I am your provider. Your struggle will eventually come to an end, and I will offer you forgiveness for all of the obligations you owe to hopelessness and gloom. All of the money that I have will be used toward accomplishing this goal. You should be given words of faith, hope, and love, because these words are more than simply words. They are words that will last for all of eternity. It is certain that if you hold these words dear throughout your whole life, they will guide you from one victory to the next without hesitation. The opponent will make you feel utterly afraid, and your children will never again have the opportunity to enjoy a dry season, are not going to fall, and they are not going to beg me for help. I am training your senses so that you can go through this. Master the art of identifying the enigmatic power that is inside my physical being. It is not simply that my touch will calm you down. In addition to this, it will develop in you the bravery and self-discipline necessary to stand up, take action, fight, and emerge victorious. Your opponents will flee in fright because they are unable to contain their dread since you are so strong. You will not be intimidated by anything by any means. Your attention has been drawn to something that is not of this world, but rather of the greatest conceivable degree. I have redirected your focus to this. However, despite the fact that your feet were firmly planted on solid ground, you were enticed into dancing by the word of sadness. You have been anointed with the oil of my spirit, and from this exact moment forward, doors will open for you in every direction. If you ask me, I will provide for you. Take what I provide you and be a kind person wherever you go. Share these advantages with others, regardless of whether you are a person or not. And I will do this for you if you ask me. The act of giving what you have will result in you getting more than what you already possess, regardless of whether you feel that you are compelled to do so or not. Think about it the way I do when I give what I have already. Imagine that you have not just the ownership of material riches, but also the abundance of life, and then ask for my blessing first. I promise that I will bestow all of my blessings onto you. In every miracle, there has been a deep and visible faith, and the strength has been huge. Reflect on my word, kingdom, and everything else will follow. In every miracle, there has been great strength. The size of the believer was not the factor that defined whether or not they had faith. Rather, the degree to which they loved the unseen was the one that dictated the degree to which they had trust. During the course of their love and leaving, they saw waters divide great armies and send loaves in different directions. The same power was strengthened for those who were hungry, healed those who were sick, and provided relief to those who endured trials with patience and endurance. My Holy Spirit is with you at this very now, and you do not worship anybody or anything. It was the source of their nourishment. You will be loved, forgiven, redeemed, patient, tranquil, and intelligent as a result of my presence before you. You are drawn to me because I am the living God, and for this reason. The answers, the deliverance, and the solutions that you are looking for are on their way to me, and I want you to know that the future is in my controlling hands. I am in possession of your future at this very now. I would want to reveal myself in a more comprehensive manner, so that you may have a clearer understanding of who I am, and so that I can serve as a conduit for my kingdom. Your miracle is being set into action, and the things that your heart desires will come to pass at the precise time that I will have my will in your life and in your home. Right now, I want you to place your faith in the unchanging truth that I have to provide and in the promises that I have made. I will pour out all of my heartfelt affection onto you. Never let go of that which is pure, holy, and genuine. It is something that no one can take away from you, and it is something that no one can taint. Your faith, the more persistent your belief, the more challenging the storms that you may yet confront today are going to be. It is important to maintain your composure, since these tests are nothing more than your opponent's last-ditch attempts to break through your barriers. My unwavering support is with you, and my blessing will never abandon you regardless of what happens. You have my unwavering support on your side, that you will no longer look down on yourself because of your modesty, that you will no longer be worried or uneasy, and that you will not be put down because of me. It is not going to take place, because the Lord, who is your God, will not allow it to take place. In the event that you are parched, I will come to you, and in the event that you are hungry, I will provide you with delectable items. Rather than leading you to death, I will lead you to life that lasts forever. It is my intention to build for you a fountain of water that will eventually blossom into life that will endure for everyone eternity. I am your eternal life, not to an end, but to an endless reign of glory. I am your life, and your life forever. To you, I am. The fact that a great number of people are unhappy does not change the reality that I do not want for you to endure any needless misery or agony. Even if you are yelling out in anger, I love you even more. I am not furious with you, since I wake up at the wee hours of the morning to bring you some. Every single human person on the planet receives the gift of life, thought, and feeling from me. The world is illuminated by the light that I bring into it. I give the gift of righteousness to a large number of individuals, and I give it to all of humanity, every single person, young and old. Have a comprehension of what is good and how I am good. They are conscious of the fact that they are my creations and that I cherish them. But some of them have decided to disregard me. By asserting that they are free, they are leading themselves to believe that disobedience is the same thing as freedom. As a result of their lack of awareness of the reality that evil is ready to devour those who stray from me, those who turn away from me are open to being fooled into a fictional state of joy and to cease believing what I tell them about myself. But not only does my house have a very great number of rooms, but it also has a lot of furniture. I have made preparations for you to accompany me wherever I go, and it is my hope that something similar to what he has will be available to you as well. I have made a room available for you to use. I will fulfill my promise to you that you will spend the rest of your life with me, that you will witness what I do, and that you will be aware of the fact that I love you. Some individuals get the impression that they are not close to me, mainly due to the fact that they are under the notion that I do not accept them, which is not the case. So, you need to embrace my blessings and fill your heart with me. At no point should you cease expressing appreciation or praying, and my message should be used to nurture your soul. You will achieve success if you continue to come to me with an open heart on a daily basis. I want you to feel the power and love that I have in your life, and I have blessings designed just for you that will bring you happiness. The miracle you've been waiting for is within reach. I carry the keys to doors that no one else can unlock for you. I grant you access to doors that no one else can open for you. They are brought into your life by me. I am able to provide an oasis of happiness in the midst of the peacefulness of bright spring afternoons and the freshness of autumn mornings. Please provide me with a description of your criteria, and I will fulfill them in line with my comprehension of what it is that you desire. The will that I have for you is good, and since I am God, you should have trust in me for your own great advantage. Will, because I have a nice will about myself. In addition, the God who speaks cannot be misled. Hence, you need to go back to the core principles that underpin your religion. It is important that you go into each day with your eyes wide open and your hands raised toward a parent who is there for you, is waiting for you and wants nothing but the best for you. So you need not be scared. I am not here to punish or condemn you because you have committed your heart to me. So, you should not be afraid. Me, and by my sacrifice, you are cleansed. There is no evil in this realm. When you make a mistake, you experience regret and choose to repent from it. There is no evil in this place. Due to the fact that this is who you are, I will not be upset with you for doing that, since it will only bring you closer to me and put you back on the path that you should be on. I am going to respond to your request, since it is being requested of me, with a sense of satisfaction and knowledge. There is no feasible reason for me to not do so. I pray that there be peace and goodwill between you and all of your words, and that everything you say will provide healing to those who are sick. They will be words of generosity and patience. This benefit is available to everybody who is able to accept it. They will be anointed with the oil of love. They will be words of love. Whomever is ready to allow me into their heart, who is willing to turn away from improper roots, and who is willing to let me into their heart, comes to me with the purpose of acquiring new insights on a variety of topics, including love, family, life, and everything else. It will be possible for me to establish a new community if you give me the most important role in every aspect of life at home. Your ability to feel real will be directly proportional to the amount of work you put into developing your brain, soul, and heart. Because in my kingdom there is peace that surpasses all understanding. There is no want, and there is sufficiency in every aspect of life objects that have a purposeful function and fames that are brimming with affection in abundance. My darling child, I am. It is not as a voice from a distance that I am having this talk with you at this moment. Rather, it is as your Father who loves you. The fact that you have an understanding of the nature of my kingdom and the justice that I uphold is of the utmost importance to me. Imagine for a moment that I am a sower who is planting the seeds of truth and life in your life. I am the seed that you decide to sow. You will find that a few of these seeds have fallen into the soil of your heart, and thieves will promptly steal them away from you. When my heart is shattered, this is what happens on the inside. When you are confronted with circumstances that lead to diversions and doubts clouding your judgment, you may hear words but not grasp them. I want you to shield yourself from these things so that you can keep your heart open and safeguard your heart. I want you to protect your heart. Please make sure that you are well prepared for what I am going to share with you. It is possible for seeds to fall upon rocky ground, where they will swiftly shoot up, but will also perish in the same amount of time. A short period of time due to the fact that they do not have any roots. This is analogous to those who enthusiastically embrace my message, but fail when they are presented with challenges. It is my desire that you will have strong roots that will enable you to be anchored in love, in the community, and in your faith throughout your life. The fact that I will give you the strength to keep your calm even in the most difficult of situations does not change the reality that you are required to grow in me. There are certain seeds that are able to fall through the thorns. These seeds are comparable to the hearts that are consumed by the issues of this world via the pursuit of financial gain through activities that deflect attention from other related concerns me. Despite the fact that I am aware of the responsibilities that you are carrying, I am suggesting that you let go of the things that you are carrying. Your loyalty to me must come to an end. You must have trust that I will provide for you, and you must make way for me to be with you. Word that will take root in your heart. And then, my child, there are the seeds that will fall from the heavens. As a result of being planted on fertile ground, these are the hearts that are open, responsive, and ready to absorb what is presented to them. I will offer them all I have for them if you make room for me and listen to what I have to say with an open mind. I want you to know that when you examine into your heart, you will discover that the fruit of my word is abundant and overflowing more than you are aware of. Maybe you are under the impression that I am requesting that you serve as the fertile ground and give my message the opportunity to take root in you, and see how it will grow into a harvest that will not only be a gift to you, but also to other people all over the world. Nevertheless, I want you to know that I love you at all times, and that I am always here for you, my most treasured child. I am in your presence at all times. I hope that the words I speak to you will not only take hold in your heart, but also provide an abundant crop. The depths of your human heart. By walking with me on a daily basis, you will be able to observe the harvest of righteousness, peace, and joy. Because the fruits of faith are going to blossom in your life, you should not allow the desire for money or anxieties about the world to strangle them. This is something you should not do, my child. Your progress should not be hindered by the presence of my word inside you. Rather, you should seek first my kingdom. And those who are able to hear and grasp what is being uttered will be the ones to follow in the footsteps of righteousness and everything else. They not only hear my word, but also create an abundance of fruit with them. They are the fertile ground that produces an abundance of fruit. Those who have been blessed by my kingdom are obligated to give some thought to this lesson. Is your heart ready to? I really want you to pay attention to what I have to say. Are you prepared to live your life as a productive branch and let my expertise to direct you? With the purpose of laying a foundation and fostering the development of love, joy, peace, patience, compassion, and goodness, I am dedicated to your faithfulness, kindness, and self-control in every aspect of your life, my child. I am devoted to being your father, because the vine and you are the branch that will remain in me, and I will continue to remain in you. You will produce fruit with your efforts. You wither away without me like a cut limb that is broken and dry and is shaken by the wind. You lose a large quantity of fruit as a result of the fact that the winds of the world are unable to grasp my paths. It is imperative that they stay close to me. Please allow my teaching to take up residence inside you. In addition to providing you with nourishment and fortification, I am guiding you through each and every change that life brings. How much progress can you truly make if you don't have me? If you choose to follow me and find pleasure in me, I will bless you with the things that your heart longs for. Even in the face of the most difficult situations, you should have faith in my impeccable timing. Nevertheless, you are my treasured adored, and even when you give me pause, you bring me a tremendous lot of happiness. My love for you is unchanging, and it does not matter what the times are, what the circumstances are, what the highs and lows of life are, or whatever else might possibly be. Nothing in the universe will ever be able to take away my love for you, even if it is conceivable for everything in the universe to do so as well. Bring yourself closer to me, and I will bring myself closer to you. Please, from the depths of my devotion, come closer to me. Seek me out with every fiber of your being. In the calm of prayer, I will be waiting for you. I ask that you open your heart to me and that you share your thoughts with me. Due to the fact that I am your safe haven, and everything is over when you are in my presence, your duties. You are at my right hand, where you will find happiness and pleasure that will last forever. All of your concerns should be brought to me. Dear Heavenly Father, as I come before you today, I pause to reflect on your greatness and love. I am filled with gratitude for all that you have provided in my life. Thank you for the gift of another day, for the breath in my lungs, and for the beauty of creation that surrounds me. Each moment is a reminder of your presence, and I am grateful for the ways you reveal yourself to me. Lord, I acknowledge that life can often be a journey filled with challenges and uncertainties. I ask for your guidance as I navigate the complexities of life. When I am faced with difficult decisions, help me to seek your wisdom above all else. Teach me to listen for your voice and to discern your will for my life. Let your Spirit lead me in paths of righteousness, guiding my steps according to your purpose. In moments of doubt and fear, remind me of your promises. Help me to cast my anxieties upon you, knowing that you care for me deeply. When I feel overwhelmed, grant me the peace that surpasses all understanding. May I find refuge in your presence, where I can be still and know that you are God. Help me to trust in your plan, even when it doesn't align with my expectations. I lift up my loved ones to you, Father. Please surround them with your protection and love. For those who are struggling with health issues, whether physical, emotional, or mental, I pray for your healing touch to be upon them. Restore their bodies, renew their spirits, and fill them with hope. Help them to feel your presence and your comfort in their time of need. May they find strength in you and in the support of those who care for them. For my friends and family who are facing challenges in their relationships, I pray for reconciliation and understanding. Help us to communicate openly and honestly, to listen with empathy, and to extend grace to one another. Teach us to forgive, just as you have forgiven us, and to cultivate relationships that reflect your love. May our interactions be rooted in kindness, patience, and compassion, bringing glory to your name. Lord, I also pray for our community and the world at large. In times of division and conflict, help us to be instruments of your peace. Grant us the courage to stand up for justice and to advocate for those who cannot speak for themselves. May we be a voice for the marginalized and the oppressed, seeking to bring about positive change in our society. Inspire us to love our neighbors as ourselves and to act with compassion towards all. I pray for our leaders, local, national, and global. Grant them wisdom, integrity, and a heart for service. Help them to prioritize the common good over personal ambition. May they be guided by principles of justice and righteousness, making decisions that uplift and empower those they serve. Surround them with wise counsel and inspire them to seek solutions that promote peace and understanding. In the midst of the challenges we face, Lord, help me to cultivate a spirit of gratitude. Teach me to recognize and appreciate the blessings that often go unnoticed. The warmth of the sun, the laughter of a child, the kindness of a stranger. May I approach each day with a heart full of thankfulness, celebrating both the big and small moments of joy. As I reflect on my own journey, I pray for personal growth and transformation. Help me to confront my shortcomings and to seek your guidance in my quest for self-improvement. May I develop qualities that reflect your character: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Challenge me to step out of my comfort zone, to embrace new opportunities for learning and growth, and to use my gifts and talents for your glory. In times of uncertainty, remind me of your faithfulness. When I feel lost or alone, help me to remember that you are always with me. Your love never fails, and your promises are true. Help me to hold on to hope, trusting that you are working all things together for my good. May my faith be a testament to your goodness, inspiring others to seek you as well. Finally, Lord, I pray for your peace to envelop my heart and mind. In a world filled with chaos and turmoil, help me to find rest in you. May your peace guard my heart, calming my fears and worries. Teach me to be still and to trust in your timing, knowing that you are in control of every situation. Help me to surrender my burdens to you and to embrace the freedom that comes from placing my trust in your hands. Thank you, Lord. Taking a spiritual journey to acknowledge and accept divine peace. We discover that our souls are dancing to the beat of love that will last forever when we are in the loving embrace of the divine. When we allow God to enter our hearts and make us receptive to His holy presence, His peace comes down upon us like a soft rain, removing the dust that is caused by our anxieties and fears. Matthew 11:28 says, "Come to me, all you who are laboring and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest on your shoulders." During this holy time, let the love of God to permeate every part of your being and fill you with their warmth. Imagine that His arms, which are a haven of calm and grace, are wrapping you in a cocoon of unending tranquility. You are enfolded in a peace that is beyond comprehension here, in the midst of the heavenly embrace that surrounds you. "I leave peace with you. I give my peace to you," the speaker said. "Not in the same way that the world provides I give to you." It is said in John 14:27, "Let not your hearts be troubled, nor let them be afraid." Experience the calming balm of God's presence as it heals the scars of your past and mends the fractures in your heart with the threads of divine love. The moment His Spirit begins to flow through you, it sparks a pleasure that comes out from the depths of your soul, an unbreakable tranquility that settles you among the storms that life brings. In the book of Numbers, chapter 6, verses 24 and 26, it is written that the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make His face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up His countenance upon you and give you peace. When you find yourself in a state of calm thought, it is important to keep in mind that this heavenly serenity is not only a fleeting sensation, but rather a condition of being anchored in the unchanging love of God. Embrace it as a guiding light, a constant companion on your path, and make it your mission to ensure that each step you take is filled with elegance and purpose. Permit this tranquility to serve as a demonstration of the presence of God ever present in your life. May His love and peace light through you as you go about your daily life, serving as a beacon of hope and joy to everyone you come in contact with. Divine embrace and peace. A. One's encounter with the divine embrace. An experience that is profoundly spiritual and is marked by a close and personal connection with the presence of God is referred to as the notion of God's divine embrace. Taking into consideration the following specific factors will allow you to properly enjoy this embrace. Make a sacred moment by setting up a certain location and period of time for this connection. This may be accomplished via prayer, meditation, or solitary thought. For the sake of this holy moment, it is important to put aside all distractions and concentrate completely on the presence of God. When approaching this period, it is very necessary to do so with respect and an open heart. You should make an effort to open your heart in order to accept the love and serenity that God has to offer. In order to do this, it is necessary to make a deliberate effort to let go of worries, concerns, and reservations, and to exhibit vulnerability in front of the divine. You should have faith that the love of God is unchanging and that it includes every aspect of your existence, which will provide you a feeling of security and acceptance. In order to receive peace, you must first let the peace of God to wash over you and fill you with a profound inner calm. This calm is not only a momentary sensation. Rather, it is a deep level of tranquility that endures in spite of the situations that are occurring outside of oneself. Allowing this calm to permeate your whole being and bring about a transformation in your thoughts and feelings is of utmost importance. 2. The outcomes of the divine peace. Healing of wounds. The peace that comes from God is like a soothing balm for emotional and spiritual wounds that have been healed in the past. By addressing and easing the suffering that was caused by earlier events, it brings about healing, therefore assisting you in finding closure and peace. Joy and serenity. When you are able to experience this heavenly peace, it often results in a condition of joy and serenity that is beyond your comprehension. This pleasure is not dependent on circumstances that are just fleeting. Rather, it is based on the unchanging and everlasting conviction that God's love and presence are present in your life. A profound feeling of happiness and equilibrium, which is anchored in your connection with the divine, is reflected in the quality of serenity, reassurance, and direction. Accepting this tranquility also implies that you are getting direction and reassurance from God. You will gain clarity and direction, which will assist you in navigating the problems that life presents with confidence. You are reassured of God's unwavering support and dedication to your well-being when you are presented with the serenity that He has provided. 3. The importance of belief. Holding fast to assurance. The heavenly serenity inspires you to cling to your faith with all your might for support. This calm acts as a reminder of God's unwavering love and constancy every time there is a moment of uncertainty or trouble. When you are confronted with challenges, it enables you to maintain your faith and steadfastness in your views. Managing difficulties. When you have the peace that comes from God, you are more able to deal with challenges. When confronted with the challenges that life throws to us, the inner peace and pleasure that result from this heavenly embrace serve as a counterweight, so offering strength and resilience. Experiencing transformation. When you decide to accept the peace that God has provided, it not only changes your internal condition, but also the way you interact with the outside world. It helps you develop a feeling of compassion, empathy, and grace, which in turn affects how you react to other people and how you deal with complicated circumstances. 4. How to embrace the divine peace through practical steps. Daily practice. In order to keep a constant relationship with God, it is important to include daily activities such as praying, meditating, or reading holy literature. The feeling of heavenly calm may be maintained via the use of these techniques, which also assist to keep your heart open to His presence. Spend some time thought about the promises of God and the ways in which His peace has influenced your life. This is an example of reflective contemplation. Keeping a journal in which you record your thoughts and feelings might assist in enhancing and strengthening your comprehension of this heavenly embrace. When you live out peace, you make it possible for the peace that you get from God to be a part of your everyday life. If you want to approach your dealings with other people, your career, and the obstacles you face in your personal life with the same peace and pleasure that you feel when you are in contact with the divine, you should do so. In a nutshell, experiencing the divine embrace and peace that God offers requires establishing a profound and intimate relationship with the divine, which in turn brings about healing, joy, and tranquility. It is necessary to engage in deliberate activities in order to cultivate and maintain this connection, which will guarantee that the life-altering impacts of divine calm are completely incorporated into your existence. 2.2%. It was you who said, "You should compose a gorgeous Huck lines as well as a sum total of spiritual material." As ChatGPT put it, the ChatGPT without a doubt. A lovely composition that combines poetry words that come from the heart with thoughts that are spiritual in nature is as follows. taking a spiritual journey to acknowledge and accept divine peace. We discover that our souls are dancing to the beat of love that will last forever when we are in the loving embrace of the divine. When we allow God to enter our hearts and make us receptive to His holy presence, His peace comes down upon us like a soft rain, removing the dust that is caused by our anxieties and fears. Matthew 11:28 says, "Come to me, all you who are laboring and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest on your shoulders." During this holy time, let the love of God to permeate every part of your being and fill you with their warmth. Imagine that His arms, which are a haven of calm and grace, are wrapping you in a cocoon of unending tranquility. You are enfolded in a peace that is beyond comprehension here, in the midst of the heavenly embrace that surrounds you. "I leave peace with you. I give my peace to you," the speaker said. "Not in the same way that the world provides, I give to you." It is said in John 14:27, "Let not your hearts be troubled, nor let them be afraid." Experience the calming balm of God's presence as it heals the scars of your past and mends the fractures in your heart with the threads of divine love. The moment His Spirit begins to flow through you, it sparks a pleasure that comes out from the depths of your soul, an unbreakable tranquility that settles you among the storms that life brings. In the book of Numbers, chapter 6, verses 24 and 26, it is written that, "The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make His face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up His countenance upon you and give you peace." When you find yourself in a state of calm thought, it is important to keep in mind that this heavenly serenity is not only a fleeting sensation, but rather a condition of being anchored in the unchanging love of God. You should accept it as a guiding light and a constant companion on your trip. This will ensure that each step you take is filled with elegance and purpose, unwavering support and guidance. 1. The unwavering presence of one God, divine reassurance. The unflinching support of God ensures that His presence is always there, regardless of the difficulties and tests that you are going through. This promise of His is not only a momentary solace, rather, it is a reality that is unwavering and unchangeable. He has given you the assurance that His support will continue to be steady and dependable, regardless of where you are or what you are going through. God is not a bystander, but rather an active player in your life. This is the personal connection that God has with you. The assistance He provides is highly individualized and adapted to your specific requirements and conditions. You have been extended an invitation to feel His presence on a more personal level, with the knowledge that He is present in every facet of your life, both emotionally and spiritually. 2. Assistance in navigating the obstacles of life. The advice that God provides enables you to maneuver through the challenges that life throws at you with clarity and purpose. His advice and guidance will give you with direction and insight, regardless of whether you are dealing with personal issues, professional obstacles, or emotional struggles. You are able to locate the route ahead with His assistance, even when the road seems to be blocked by ambiguity. Divine knowledge. Have faith in the divine knowledge that is directing you. This instruction from God often manifests itself in the form of periods of introspection, inspiration, and intuition. There are many places where you may find it, including the teachings of ancient writings, the advice of respected mentors, or the quiet whisper of your own heart. Your choices and actions are guided by this knowledge, which brings them into alignment with the intent and purpose of the divine. 3. Power in the face of adversity support that lasts. When you are confronted with challenges, the support of God will present itself as strength and capacity for resilience. Through the strengthening of your spirit, He enables you to persevere and triumph over difficulties. You are able to endure through difficulties with the assistance of this divine power. which reassures you that you are not alone and that you possess the inner resources necessary to deal with challenges. Emotional solace and reassurance. In times of trouble, God's help includes the provision of emotional comfort, which also includes the provision of solace. Fears are calmed, worry is minimized, and a sense of peace is brought to hearts that are afflicted by His presence. The consolation that you are receiving serves as a reminder that you are held and treasured, even during the most difficult of circumstances. 4. Inspiration and inspiration to motivate. The assistance that God provides includes raising your mood and offering encouragement to you when you are feeling dejected. His words and promises provide hope and drive, so assisting you in maintaining a good attitude and maintaining your focus on your objectives. Because of this encouragement, your resolve is strengthened, and your trust in the trip that lies ahead is strengthened. Confidence in mission. When you receive divine direction, you are able to develop confidence in both your journey and your mission. In order to provide you with the certainty that you are heading in the correct route, God assists you in comprehending and accepting your one-of-a-kind calling. The understanding that His intentions for you are full of hope and a possibility for the future is the foundation upon which this confidence is built. 5. Techniques that can help you feel the support of the divine. Praying and reflecting. Make it a habit to pray and reflect on a regular basis in order to locate and feel the assistance of God. You are able to communicate your needs, seek advice, and get consolation via prayer, since it is a direct channel of connection with the divine. You are better able to comprehend and assimilate the heavenly messages and insights that you get when you engage in reflection. Scriptures are a source of knowledge and encouragement. Thus, it is important to consult them. The Scriptures provide direction, comfort, and instruction that may be put into practice while overcoming the problems that life presents. When you completely immerse yourself in these teachings, you bring your actions into alignment with the principles of the divine and get insight on how to deal with a variety of circumstances. In order to offer oneself with extra support and direction, it is important to surround yourself with a religion community that encourages fellowship. Your other Christians are able to assist you in prayer, provide words of encouragement, and share their expertise with you. Additionally, the spiritual assistance that you experience on a personal level is strengthened by this community component of religion. Journaling and meditation. If you want to chronicle your experiences of heavenly help and direction, you should keep a diary throughout your life. Consider instances in which you experienced clarity, comfort, and encouragement. Your comprehension and appreciation of God's unflinching support will be strengthened via meditation on these events. 6. Divine guidance being experienced in one's day-to-day life. In the process of making choices on a daily basis, it is important to pray and use discernment to seek God's direction. Have confidence that He will guide you to make decisions that are in accordance with His will and the purpose that He has for your life. Through this divine direction, you may be certain that the choices you make are in accordance with His purpose and that they contribute to your total development and satisfaction. In your daily contacts with other people, be sure to use the direction that God has given you. You should let His values of love, compassion, and honesty to guide your actions and the relationships you find yourself in. By doing so, you are able to share the support and knowledge that you get from Him with people around you, so contributing to the creation of an atmosphere that is good and peaceful. 1. It is time to ask for forgiveness. Forgiveness is a deep spiritual and emotional act that entails letting go of bitterness and the desire for retaliation. Understanding forgiveness is difficult since it requires letting go of these feelings. Allowing healing and reconciliation to take place requires letting go of the grip that past wrongs have on your heart and releasing the hold that they have on you. to go past feelings of wrath and bitterness and arrive at a place of serenity and acceptance is a decision that must be made. The divine model of forgiveness. God is portrayed as the ultimate model of forgiveness in a number of different spiritual traditions. For instance, the teachings of Jesus in Christianity highlight the significance of forgiveness, both receiving it from God and extending it to others. This is true for both receiving and giving forgiveness. As shown by the divine example, forgiveness is not only a gesture, but rather an essential component of love and grace within a relationship. 2. Having the ability to forgive other people. Taking responsibility for the suffering. The first stage in the process of forgiving someone is taking responsibility for the sorrow and suffering that was caused by their actions. In order to avoid ignoring your sentiments, it is essential to acknowledge and validate them by acknowledging them. It is essential for real healing that this admission be made. Making a decision to forgive. The first step in the process of forgiving someone is making a conscious decision to let go of the desire for revenge. The act of consciously deciding to let go of the unpleasant feelings that are connected to the transgression is necessary. By making this option, you are not necessarily forgetting the offense or condoning the conduct. Rather, you are liberating yourself from the grip that it has on you. Releasing resentment. Give yourself permission to let go of resentment and grudges. In order to do this, you will need to make a mental and emotional change in which you will no longer allow the victim to control your ideas and emotions. Rather than that, you should concentrate on going ahead and finding serenity inside yourself. Actionable steps to take. Pray and reflect. Devote some of your time to prayer or contemplation, asking for the fortitude and direction you need to go forward with your road of forgiveness. Beseech the divine for assistance in overcoming emotions of wrath and in developing a compassionate heart in order to accomplish these goals. Explain, if possible. If it is acceptable and would not put you in danger, explain your emotions to the individual who has caused you pain. Sometimes, having this talk may help encourage healing and mutual understanding between people. Engage in rituals that signify letting go, such as drafting a letter that you do not mail or utilizing a symbolic act like releasing a balloon. These rituals may help you understand what it means to let go. 3. The significance of extending forgiveness to oneself. Self-forgiveness. Just as it is essential to forgive other people, it is also essential to forgive oneself. Acknowledging your own errors, taking responsibility for them, and letting go of feelings of guilt and self-reproach are all necessary steps in this process. Mending self-wounds. When you forgive yourself, you are mending the wounds that you have caused to your own spirit. Recognizing your flaws, gaining wisdom from them, and moving ahead with a refreshed sense of self-compassion are all necessary steps in this process. Forgiveness of oneself. Steps to take. Self-reflection involves analyzing your acts and gaining an understanding of the justifications behind them. It is essential to have this level of self-awareness in order to confront and rectify behavior. Taking responsibility means admitting that you have made errors and not creating excuses for them. It is a step toward development and healing that this acceptance is made. Exercising compassion is showing oneself the same level of kindness and consideration that you would give to a close friend. Remind yourself that you are not the only one who makes errors, and that these mistakes do not define who you are as a whole. 4. The importance of the divine's absolution. Accepting divine forgiveness. Embrace the idea of divine forgiveness, which is often unrestricted and limitless in its scope. When you realize that God forgives you for your failings, it might make it easier for you to forgive both other people and that you forgive yourself. When you are on your own road toward forgiveness, this heavenly forgiveness may serve as a model and a source of strength for you. In order to live out divine forgiveness, you should use the experience of receiving divine forgiveness as a guide to choose how you should demonstrate forgiveness to other people. Allow the grace that God has bestowed upon you to motivate you to provide the same grace to those who have harmed you. 5. Benefits of being able to forgive. Emotional freedom. The act of forgiving someone frees one from the load of bad feelings, which in turn provides about emotional freedom. The persistent burden of harboring hatred and grudges may be alleviated by this practice, which enables you to feel relief. Forgiveness may lead to the healing of relationships and the rebuilding of trust, both of which are valuable outcomes of the forgiveness process. It paves the way for healing and reconciliation, which may ultimately result in relationships that are deeper and possess a greater capacity for understanding. You may make room for inner peace and calm by letting go of anger and resentment. This will allow you to experience personal peace. Forgiveness enables you to live a life that is more satisfying and peaceful, free from the burden of resentment that has been harbored in the past. 6. Appreciating the trip as it is continuous process. Forgiveness is often not a one-time experience, but rather a continuous process that occurs over time. This demands consistent work and dedication on your part. Reflection and spiritual activities on a regular basis might be helpful in maintaining your balance. Engage with support systems such as religion groups, therapy, or spiritual direction in order to aid you on your road toward forgiveness. Other support systems include spiritual guidance. These materials may provide encouragement as well as strategies that can be used in everyday life to help navigate complicated emotions. Celebrating growth. It is important to acknowledge and appreciate the personal development and healing that results from forgiving others. Give yourself credit for the good changes that have occurred in your emotional and spiritual well-being, as well as the progress that you have made. Forgiveness and letting go are two ideas that are closely interwoven and are vital for personal development and emotional well-being. In order to get a comprehensive understanding of them, it is necessary to investigate their psychological, emotional, and practical elements. Detailed analysis is presented as follows. Let us forgive. A. 1. The scope and the definition. It is the intentional and deliberate choice to let go of sentiments of wrath or retribution against someone who has harmed you. This is what we mean when we talk about forgiveness. It is not necessarily the same thing as making amends or approving of the action. Rather, it is the act of liberating yourself from the hold that anger and pain have on you. 2. Aspects relating to psychology. Forgiveness is a cognitive process that requires you to alter the way you think about the person or event you choose to forgive. To do this, it is frequently necessary to acknowledge that harboring anger is more detrimental to you than it is to the person with whom you are angry. Grieving may have a positive impact on one's emotional well-being by reducing feelings of tension, worry, and sadness. A feeling of inner serenity and emotional freedom is fostered as a result of this. 3rd, a step-by-step guide to forgiveness. Acknowledgement, being aware of and accepting the suffering and anguish that has been inflicted. Refusing to acknowledge your emotions might slow down the healing process. Demonstrate empathy by making an effort to comprehend the viewpoint or the circumstances of the one who has offended you. Despite the fact that this does not justify their actions, it might assist you in changing your attention from anger to more compassion. You must make the decision to forgive. Your personal well-being is often more important than the well-being of the other person while making this choice. Release. Make a concerted effort to let go of the animosity you were feeling. The processing of emotions, keeping a diary, or consulting with a therapist might all be part of this process. 4. Benefits of being able to forgive. Improvements in mental health include alleviation of symptoms of stress and anxiety, reduction in the likelihood of developing depression, and enhancement of general psychological well-being. Improving one's cardiovascular health, alleviating chronic pain, and lowering blood pressure are all possible benefits of physical wellness. It is possible to restore relationships, or at the very least eliminate the load of bad sentiments, which makes it easier to communicate with other people without the shadow of previous complaints. 5. Frequently held misconceptions. When you forgive someone, it does not imply that you have to maintain the relationship or forget what occurred. Reconciliation is synonymous with understanding and forgiveness. It takes strength and bravery to forgive those who have wronged you and to address difficult feelings rather than allowing them to fester. Forgiveness is a sign of weakness. The act of letting go. 1. The scope and the definition. The process of abandoning connection to certain outcomes, emotions, or circumstances is included in the concept of letting go. It entails coming to terms with the fact that you are unable to exert control over everything and coming to terms with the transience of existence. 2. Considerations of an emotional nature. Acknowledgement. Acknowledge that there are certain things that are beyond your control and that clinging to them might lead you to experience even more stress. Freedom from attachment. Through the process of letting go, you are able to separate yourself from particular wishes or expectations and make room for yourself to go ahead. 3. Follow these steps to let go. Identify attachments. Comprehend what it is that you are clinging to and the reasons behind it. The examination of your expectations and goals, as well as the influence they have on your life, may be part of this process. Acceptance. Recognize and go along with the truth of the circumstance. Rather than focusing on how you would want things to be, it is essential to accept things in their current state. Reflection and mindfulness. Through the practice of mindfulness, one may learn to focus on the present moment rather than dwelling on past regrets or future worries. Contemplate the advantages of moving ahead with your life and the constraints that come with being stagnant. It is often necessary to take action measures in order to let go of something. These efforts may include making adjustments in your life or establishing new objectives in order to bring yourself into alignment with your present reality. 4. Several advantages of letting go. Emotional health allows for a reduction in stress and emotional load, which ultimately results in a state of mind that is more calm and serene. Being open to new experiences enables you to take advantage of new possibilities and experiences without being burdened by attachments to anything that happened in the past. The ability to become more flexible and robust in the face of the uncertainties that life presents is one of the benefits of increased resilience. 5. Frequently held misconceptions. It is not about eliminating memories. Rather, it is about altering your emotional attachment to them. Letting go is going through the process of forgetting. Getting rid of something is a one-time event. However, letting go is often a process that is ongoing and may call for continual work and thought. There is a reciprocal relationship between letting go and forgiving. Most of the time, forgiveness and letting go are complementary to one another. Through the process of resolving the emotional baggage that is associated with previous wounds, forgiveness may be a road to letting go. Through the removal of the emotional barriers that hinder you from genuinely moving on, letting go may make it easier to forgive. Faith and divine protection are notions that have profound roots in a variety of religious, spiritual, and philosophical traditions. Individuals are provided with a feeling of purpose and stability as a result of their frequent intertwining. A comprehensive examination of these ideas is presented as follows. Belief. 1. The scope and the definition. Generally speaking, faith is defined as a deep confidence or trust in something or someone, and it is often not contingent upon the presence of factual proof. When used in a religious or spiritual setting, it often indicates a belief in the existence of a divine presence or a higher force. 2. Aspects. Relating to psychology. Beliefs that are not supported by logical evidence, which are often derived from personal experience, teachings, or tradition, are an example of the cognitive component of faith. Individuals are able to analyze their experiences and comprehend their position in the world by using this framework. The emotional impact of faith may be seen in the way it can bring solace, hope, and perseverance in the face of hardship. It assists people in discovering meaning and purpose, which in turn helps to build emotional stability. 3. Various forms of faith. Belief in a particular god or set of deities, as well as religious theories and practices, is referred to as religious faith. Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, and Hinduism are some examples of monotheistic religions. A greater feeling of confidence in a universal or cosmic order that is not based on devotion to a particular religion is what we mean when we talk of spiritual faith. Beliefs in the intelligence of the cosmos, spiritual forces, or the interconnection of all life might fall under this category. Confidence in concepts, ideals, or systems that are not dependent on religious or spiritual frameworks is referred to as secular faith. Examples of secular faith include confidence in human potential, science, or morality. 4. The value of belief, source of strength, gives people the ability to draw from their own inner fortitude and bravery when confronted with difficult circumstances. It is possible for it to serve as a source of resilience and inspiration. In addition to providing people with a moral compass and ethical rules, guidance and morality also assist individuals in navigating difficult life circumstances. Creating a feeling of community and belonging among those who have similar views by providing social support and a network of care is one of the goals of this program. Protection from the divine. 1. The scope and the definition. Divine protection is the notion that a higher power or divine force watches over and protects people from harm or danger. This belief is connected to the concept of divine protection. People often get the impression that this protection is more spiritual than it is bodily. 2. Aspects relating to psychology. A deep feeling of security and certainty may be attained via the belief in divine protection, which can create a sense of security. It has the potential to make people feel as if they are not alone in the face of the uncertainties and problems that life presents. Providing relief from anxiety. It has the ability to provide relief from anxiety by encouraging the feeling that one is being cared for by a higher power. This belief reduces the tension that is connected with prospective threats or hazards. 3. Divine protection in its many forms. Prayer and rituals. Many different traditions include prayers, rituals, or ceremonies that are performed in order to evoke heavenly provision. The belief is that by engaging in these activities, one might call forth a blessing or a protecting presence. Symbols and talismans. Certain things or symbols, such as religious artifacts, amulets, or charms, are thought to provide protection because they are believed to symbolize divine energies. Conduct that is moral and ethical. It is often thought that those who live their lives in accordance with divine or spiritual principles are more likely to be aligned with protective energies or favor. 4. The function of divine protection. Comfort and reassurance. Provides people with emotional comfort and reassurance, therefore assisting them in coping with concerns and uncertainties. The practice of encouraging faithful living involves encouraging adherence to moral and ethical principles, as well as advocating activities that are considered to coincide with the intent of the divine. Assists in the development of a feeling of purpose and meaning, so supporting the conviction that one's existence is directed by a higher order or a beneficent force. There is a relationship between Christian faith and divine protection. Many times, faith and heavenly protection are inextricably linked to one another. When it comes to the belief in divine protection, faith serves as the foundation. Faith in a higher power or divine presence is the foundation upon which the belief in divine protection is built. A lack of faith may cause the idea of supernatural protection to not resonate as powerfully as it otherwise might. Divine protection may deepen faith. Having a personal experience with or believing in divine protection may help deepen faith. It is possible for people to have the experience of having their faith affirmed by the perception of being protected or by the beneficial results that are ascribed to divine intervention. Implications for everyday life. 1. The individual's routines. Practices that enhance your faith, such as meditation, prayer, or the study of spiritual writings, should be included into your activities to cultivate your faith. This exercise has the potential to strengthen your feeling of connectedness to the divine and to strengthen your faith in the divine's ability to protect you. Looking for support. When you are going through a difficult period, it is important to seek direction and comfort from faith-based support systems, such as spiritual groups or counselors. 2. Confronting and overcoming obstacles. Resilience. Through religion. When confronted with difficulties, let your religion to serve as a source of resilience. There is a correlation between having faith in supernatural protection and having a feeling of optimism and certainty while confronting challenges. In order to successfully navigate uncertainty, it is important to accept the unpredictability of life and to have faith that supernatural protection is at work, even if the results are not immediately apparent. 3. Faith and action are brought together, taking a balanced approach. Although having faith and being protected by the supernatural might be comforting, it is equally essential to take actionable efforts to assure one's own safety and ensuring that they are healthy. To effectively manage risks and obstacles, it is important to combine faith with concrete tactics. As a conclusion, faith and heavenly protection are experiences that are very personal and subjective, and they provide significant advantages to one's emotional and psychological well-being. They provide people a feeling of stability, a sense of purpose and direction, which enables them to handle the problems that life throws at them with optimism and perseverance. Being a living faith and righteousness, a journey through the divine. 1. A crucial component of a living faith. Living faith is not a fixed belief, but rather a dynamic and lively connection with the divine. This is because living faith is not a static belief. It entails a persistent and persistently active connection with God, in which faith is manifested via acts, ideas, and attitudes. Every facet of your life is altered as a result of this interaction, which brings it into alignment with the divine principles and purpose. The concept of religion as a living force is a living force that has the ability to motivate and encourage others. This is not only an intellectual acquiescence to the realities of the doctrines. Rather, it is a faith in the promises and nature of God that comes from the heart. This faith appears in the decisions you make on a daily basis, directing you through the chances and difficulties that life presents. Prayer, meditation, and introspection should be used on a consistent basis in order to cultivate a sense of spiritual connection. You will be able to hear God's voice clearly, feel His presence profoundly, and react to His instruction with a heart that is eager to embrace it because of this closeness. Engaging in spiritual activities may help you develop a more profound understanding of the will of God and enhance your faith. 2. Faith as an integral part of everyday life. Belief in action. Putting one's faith into practice is necessary. It involves incorporating spiritual principles into the choices and relationships that occur in daily life. In order to do this, it is necessary to demonstrate principles such as love, compassion, honesty, and fairness. Your actions become a mirror of your religion, enabling you to demonstrate the truth and significance of your beliefs. Kindness and acts of service. Reflect the love that God has for other people by volunteering your time and helping others. The transformational power of religion in your life is shown by these actions, regardless of how big or tiny they may come. Your relationship with the divine and with the community will be strengthened as a result of your service to others, which will not just benefit the people you assist. Maintaining your faith in the face of adversity requires you to make it through times of difficulties and suffering. It is a demonstration of the power and depth of your faith that you are able to trust God's plan and promises, even when the circumstances are difficult. It is possible for this unwavering commitment to serve as a strong testimony to the grace of God and to encourage others. 3. Ascending the road to righteousness. An explanation of righteousness. Righteousness may be defined as the relationship between your life and the heavenly standards of what is good and wrong, existing in a manner that is in conformity with the moral and ethical precepts of God is required. It is not by human effort alone that one may reach righteousness. Rather, it is through the grace and direction of God. Righteousness may be developed by the cultivation of characteristics such as humility, honesty, patience, and justice. Righteousness can be nurtured through proper cultivation. Each of these qualities molds your personality and directs your actions, bringing them into alignment with the will of God. This path of virtue may be maintained and strengthened by the practice of regular self-examination and repentance. Observing the commandments of God. One of the most important aspects of leading a good life is to follow the teachings and commandments of God. These commandments, whether they are discovered in holy texts or via spiritual insights, serve as a guide for leading an ethical life and acting in a socially responsible manner. They assist in navigating difficult circumstances and bringing your actions into alignment with the ideals of the divine. 4. Divine grace and guidance, their role in the process. Grace as a foundation. The foundation upon which righteousness is constructed is grace, which comes from God. Grace is the means by which you are capable of receiving forgiveness, power, and direction in order to live a life that is just. Being able to truly accept grace requires first coming to terms with the fact that holiness is not about attaining perfection, but rather about having a relationship with God. Guidance via the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is an essential component in directing you in the direction of doing what is right. Living in accordance with divine principles requires intelligence, conviction, and power, all of which are provided by the Holy Spirit. You may improve your ability to make choices that glorify God and are in accordance with His will by praying and reflecting in order to seek the direction of the Holy Spirit. 5. Faith that is lived out in community. Assist from the community. Participate in a religious community that will encourage and assist you on your path toward living a life of faith and morality. Having fellowship with other people allows for accountability, the exchange of insight, and the support of one another. It fortifies your determination and assists you in remaining in harmony with the principles of the divine. Shared worship and service. Take part in the worship and service that is performed by the community. By participating in these events, you will strengthen your own religious journey while also fostering a feeling of community purpose. Your spiritual development will be enhanced, and your commitment to live a moral life will be strengthened if you participate in community service and worship together. 6. Instructions on how to put your faith and righteousness into practice. Prayer, reading scripture, and introspection are all components of daily devotion, which should begin with a moment of devotion at the beginning of each day. This exercise will help you to concentrate your mind and heart on divine truths, which will set the stage for a day filled with deeds that are guided by faith. When making choices, it is important to do so with a conscious understanding of the teachings of the divine. You should think about how the decisions you make represent your religion and how they match with righteousness. Practicing mindfulness helps to ensure that your activities are in line with the spiritual principles that you hold dear. It is important to participate in repentance and regeneration on a consistent basis. Recognize the areas in which you are lacking and pray for divine assistance so that you may develop and improve. Because of this process, you will remain humble and receptive to the revolutionary work that God is doing in your life. Sharing your path of faith and righteousness with others is an important part of your witnessing faith. Your testimonies have the potential to motivate and uplift individuals in your immediate vicinity, illustrating how heavenly principles may be practically applied in ordinary life events. Imagine yourself as a shining example of love and hope, demonstrating the transformational power of religion. 7. Recognizing and honoring the trip. It is important to recognize and celebrate the development and growth that you have made on your religious journey. Appreciate and acknowledge the ways in which the practice of living a life of faith and holiness has influenced not just your own life, but also the lives of others. The continual work of divine grace is affirmed and encouraged via these festivals, which also urge sustained commitment. A spirit of thankfulness and praise should be cultivated in order to acknowledge and express appreciation for the spiritual direction and assistance that you are given. Prayer, worship, and acts of service are all wonderful ways to express your gratitude. The journey of faith and justice, a divine story. This thankfulness enhances your connection with the divine and reaffirms your resolve to leading a life that is characterized by faith and justice. Chapter 1 is titled, The Awakening. There was a young lady by the name of Miriam who lived in a beautiful hamlet that was surrounded by undulating hills and thick woods. Her heart often craved for something more profound, something that went beyond the routine of everyday life, despite the fact that she spent her days working in the little bakery that her family owned. It was from the elders of the village that Miriam had heard tales of individuals whose lives had been dramatically altered as a result of their connection with the divine. These tales were stories of people who had tremendous faith and righteousness. One evening, after a particularly hard day of kneading dough and making bread, Miriam found herself looking up at the night sky, which was filled with stars. During the time that she was uttering a quiet prayer, she felt a wave of yearning rush over her. It was as if she were receiving a soft, unspoken invitation to go on a voyage of faith, a trip that promised to take her beyond the limitations of her familiar world and into regions of divine purpose and spiritual satisfaction. The divine call is covered in Chapter 2. In the extremely early hours of the next morning, Miriam was surprised by a visitor. Her bakery was visited by an old gentleman who was dressed in the most basic of attire. His eyes, despite their advanced years, shone with a brilliance that seemed to cut through the everyday. It was he who identified himself as Elias, a traveling sage who was renowned for his profound relationship with the divine and his profound insight. Miriam was told by Elias about a way of life in which religion consisted not just of a belief, but also of a living force that permeated each and every moment of existence. During their conversation, he explained that living faith means demonstrating divine love and holiness via one's actions, ideas, and attitudes. At the same time that her heart was responding with the reality of his words, Miriam listened focusedly. The message that Elias sent was very clear. Faith necessitated taking action, and righteousness necessitated a life that was lived in accordance with divine principles. In the 3rd chapter, the journey begins. Miriam made the decision to make a change in her life once she embraced Elias's teachings. The first thing she did every morning was commit herself to prayer and meditation. with the intention of strengthening her relationship with the divine. Her days previously consisted exclusively of baking, but now they also included acts of compassion and service to others. She went out to people who were in need, providing them with food and comfort, and she discovered that her newly discovered purpose brought her pleasure. A test of Miriam's faith was shortly to come. Due to the terrible drought that the hamlet was experiencing, the bakery's supplies began to run low. There were a lot of locals who were having trouble, and stories of difficulties started to circulate. Instead of hoarding her remaining resources, Miriam had to decide whether she would continue to share them with others. Despite the rising uncertainty, she continued to give liberally due to the fact that she was guided by her faith, which led her to choose to believe in divine providence. Tests and Transformation is the title of Chapter 4. However, as Miriam's faith grew, the difficulties she encountered also increased. Once upon a time, a former friend named Leah, who had previously harmed her, made her way back to the hamlet in an effort to make amends. However, Miriam's heart was open to Leah, despite the fact that the villagers treated her with cold shoulders and skepticism. By hugging Leah and providing her a place to stay, she showed her forgiveness and extended it to her. It was not an easy task to demonstrate forgiveness. In order to let go of her lingering bitterness, Miriam had to face her own anguish and address it. In order to assist her in navigating this challenging circumstance, she prayed for the grace of God to provide her the strength and wisdom she needed. It was during this process that she came to the realization that forgiveness was a gift to herself, just as much as it was to Leah. The load of bitterness was lifted off of Miriam's shoulders, and it opened the path to healing and the establishment of new connections. The Fruits of Righteousness is the title of Chapter 5. The life of Miriam started to yield the fruits of her faith and virtue when the months turned into years after they had passed. Due to the fact that she set a good example, the community evolved into a place that is characterized by compassion and harmony. Others were moved to embrace their religion and live righteously as a result of her activities, which helped to cultivate a feeling of community and mutual support. The bakery owned by Miriam evolved into more than just a location to buy bread. It became a center of love and generosity. People from the surrounding villages came to visit not just because of the baked products, but also because of the spirit of heavenly love and righteousness that emanated from inside. Miriam's life was a live demonstration of the transformational power of religion, a living force that imbued each and every moment with a sense of purpose and divine grace. Chapter 6 is titled, The Divine Embrace. During her older years, as Miriam was looking back on her voyage, she could not help but think of the supernatural presence that had been guiding her throughout her journey. At one point, she found herself sitting under the same star-studded sky that had marked the beginning of her journey. This time, she was surrounded by friends and family members whose lives had been impacted by her religion. A feeling of utter tranquility engulfed her completely. As she felt the embrace of the divine, she was surrounded by a warmth that had accompanied her through every struggle and every victory. She was aware that her life, which was characterized by unshakable faith and virtuous behavior, had not only satisfied her most profound desires, but it had also functioned as a beacon of divine love and purpose. The narrative of Miriam became a treasured legend in the community, serving as a compelling illustration of how faith and righteousness, when completely accepted, had the potential to alter not just the life of an individual, but also the life of a whole community. As the town continued to thrive, Miriam's legacy continued to live on, serving as a monument to the lasting power of divine direction and the results of a life lived in faith and righteousness. If you like this holy message, make sure you like this video and subscribe our channel. Tell us about your thoughts in comment section. God bless you all. Amen.